Joining us at our table now, it's Illinois Democrat Brad Schneider, a member of the Ways and Means and Foreign Affairs Committee in his sixth term in the House, also serving as chair of the New Democrat Coalition, a group whose mission is what, Congressman?
So the New Democrat Coalition is a group of moderate Democrats, people who are looking to solve problems, address the opportunities we face as a nation, working not just with the entire Democratic caucus, but we also reach across the aisle. And we have grown. We're more than 110 members. We're the largest ideological caucus in the Democratic Party, maybe in the House as a whole. And we are just 110 people who want to roll up our sleeves and get things done.
What can 110 moderate Democrats do in a 218 to 215 split House, the narrowest majority in the House since World War I?
I think quite a bit. I mean, if you look, just start within the Democratic caucus, we have 215 seats. The New Dems are a majority of that group. You look at the Republicans, they're very fractured. As you said, it only takes one to vote one way or the other that can swing it. So to get anything done, and I think it's always better to do things in a bipartisan way to start with. I think the Republicans are going to have to reach across the aisle and work with Democrats. And the first ones they will reach across to, I believe, are the New Democrat Coalition.
What do you say to Democrats who believe it's the job of Democrats in Congress right now to resist everything that Republicans are doing to give Donald Trump no wins until you can get to the next election?
Yeah, I don't think it's about winning and losing. It's resisting the bad things this administration is doing. And the list is just overwhelming. Every day it's an onslaught of whether it's undermining the rule of law, trying to wipe out the civil service, pulling out and completely eliminating USAID. Not so much USAID, but American engagement around the world, taking on, we face adversaries, we face risk of failed states and consequently threat of terrorism, and the United States is walking away from that. Those are the things we need to be resisting, making sure we're protecting American values. The idea that an economy that's growing and creating opportunity for all Americans, not just the billionaires at the top. The idea that America has a role to play in the world, and that the foundational principle of our government to create a more perfect union, constantly moving in a direction of making it a better country. I think you see a lot of people on the other side wanting to take us backwards.
Chair of this group of moderate Democrats, what's your view of the group of progressive Democrats who is known as the Squad? What's your view of the Squad?
Well, I think one of the things that distinguishes even the full spectrum of the Democratic Party is everyone from our most conservative or centrist Democrat to our most progressive far-left Democrat is everyone in that group wants to govern. We have different visions of what we're trying to do. For the New Dems, it's about creating an economy that's producing jobs and opportunity for all Americans. It's working to promote healthy and safe communities. It's trying to make sure we have a strong national security, national defense. And that's what we're focused on. And we're going to work with everyone from folks on our left to folks across the aisle.
From the New Democrat Coalition to news on the Hill this week, and on the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue at the White House, Benjamin Netanyahu meeting with President Trump, his first foreign visitor to the White House in this term as president. What do you think of Donald Trump's proposal for Gaza and U.S. involvement there?
I'm going to work a little backwards on the week. I had a chance to be in a meeting with the Prime Minister yesterday, and we talked about the idea of what is the future for Gaza. I asked him what's the strategy, the vision for a year, 5 years, long term. And one of the things he said is that there's no plan to force Palestinians out of Gaza, and anyone who leaves would be able to come back. Gaza has long been a challenge. It was a challenge post-1967. Pre-67, Egypt controlled Gaza. It had problems. 2005, Israel completely withdrew from Gaza, and 2023, you had an invasion from Hamas with intent of genocide. So we need to pursue peace. There will never be peace as long as Hamas controls Gaza. We talked about this yesterday. Hamas has to be eliminated, and Gaza needs to be rebuilt, de-radicalized, and an opportunity for renewal with, and this is where President Trump may have used terms like Riviera on the Mediterranean. The idea is Gaza should be for the Palestinians. It should be built with the Palestinians. The U.S. can have a role in that, Europe, the Arab countries, and it should be built with neighborhoods and schools and hospitals, eliminating and not allowing a rebuilding of the terrorist infrastructure, the army that we saw on October 7th, 2023. That has to be prevented. And so Gaza, where Palestinians are living in security, stability, and peace with Israel, is the goal. But as long as Hamas is in charge, we can't have that. So I think the president spoke about it in a way that what the president spoke about would not just be immoral, but illegal, to dislocate relocation of 2 million people. What the world is talking about, what should be talking about, is how do we create opportunity and hope for the people of Gaza without threatening the people of Israel.
You've described yourself as a Zionist.
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
So I'm Jewish. I was born into a family who believed in the homeland of the Jewish people and the idea of a Jewish state in that homeland. That is what Israel is today. Jump ahead to the Abraham Accords. For the first time, that it articulated that the Middle East, both Arabs and Jews, belong to the same land and have to find a way to live together. So I believe in a Jewish state and the Jewish homeland that doesn't disavow or diminish the aspirations of the Palestinian people for a homeland of their own. So it's not going to happen, probably not in my lifetime, but the prospects of finding peace between Israelis and Palestinians that ultimately leads to a state for both people where they can live security, stability, and peace.
Brad Schneider with us until the top of the hour, 8 a.m. Eastern, if you want to join the conversation. Phone lines, as usual, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, will put those numbers on the screen as they're calling in. Congressman, what do you think, it's turning to a different topic, on Donald Trump's tariffs moves? When do you think tariffs should be deployed by a president?
So tariffs should be deployed selectively. They are a strategic tool in our arsenal, protecting the U.S. economy, U.S. interests. They should be specifically targeted when someone is taking advantage of us. If it's a case of antitrust or dumping, they should be deployed in a case where American companies are being forced to play on an unlevel playing field. We can try to level that playing field. The across-the-board tariffs that President Trump is talking about, putting tariffs on our most valued and important trading partners, Mexico and Canada, and doing it across-the-board way is basically putting a tax on the American people. It's going to raise the cost of groceries. It's going to raise the cost of housing materials to build new homes. It's going to lead to inflation and put a tax on the American people. So again, tariffs have a role in what we do in developing trade policy, our foreign policy, but they need to be done in a thoughtful, strategic way.
Is there a playbook from Donald Trump's first administration that you can look back to and say, this is how I think he's using the tariffs? Is it a bargaining tool?
You know, the president, by reputation, loves the chaos, loves the unpredictability. Thinks that gives him an advantage. I've always found if you are negotiating with someone and you're negotiating in a way that you build a relationship, you look for common ground and try to achieve your goals, you can have a better long-term outcome. To the president's credit, in the last administration, he negotiated and Congress improved the United States, Mexico, Canada trade agreement, USMCA. That was an important moment and something that should be built upon. President Trump seems intent on tearing it down and basically turning the global economy up on its head. The United States is the strongest economy in the world. It is the largest economy in the world, but we are not the only large economy in the world. And if we try to go it alone, we're going to limit our capacity to create those high-quality, well-paying jobs and create the opportunity for all Americans.
Let me let you